Hi, everyone. In today's podcast, we're going to be talking about how to create a VIP group in Facebook. And this is where you're going to put all of your past clients and how to nurture them and stay top of mind. So stick around because I think you'll walk away with some great tips. Welcome to the Unstoppable Real Estate Agents Podcast. I'm your host and real estate productivity expert, Kim Hughes. Join me as we focus on real strategies and implement real solutions designed for you to achieve major success in your business and life while getting you organized. So, when you talk about Facebook, depending on your demographics, everybody's on Facebook. There's going to be a younger generation probably on Instagram, but this can apply there as well. You just got to bring them over. You just got to bring them over to the other side. So, what we're going to talk about here is Facebook groups. This has been around for years and years, and agents have created, different types of groups and have reached out to new clients, past clients, leads to try to get them into a group. The problem is if that group was not successful, is that you're not running it correctly. So here are some things that you can do to have a really stand out. Everybody wants to be in the club group. So first of all, you want to you want to go in, create the group, you want to give it a name, and then you want to buy the domain and then point the domain to the Facebook group. Even though it's private, you still need to have that domain. And then I want you to create a beautiful, image for, cover for the Facebook group, and do your due diligence when you set this up. Don't just go in, throw it up, and then start inviting people. Really put your effort into this. Maybe upload some freebies. You've heard me talk about seasonal checklists. So this is where a homeowner that you've worked with can go and get a spring checklist, a summer, a fall, a Christmas, whatever, the winter. And so these are things that you can give them that, they may not normally be able to get somewhere else. Okay. So think about what files you want to put in the Facebook group. Doesn't mean you have to put 100 of them. It just means maybe put 3 or 4 to get started. And again, I'm going to go back to the checklist on, the seasonal checklist for the homeowner. So that takes no time to do. You can probably find that for free. I think I even have it in my website on my free resources as a download template. So you can find this anywhere, tweak it to your market, because what they do in California in the springtime and what they do in Texas are going to be totally two different things. So make sure that whatever you do for a checklist, that it's to your market. All right, now what I want you to do is once you have the Facebook group set up, you've got your cover page, you've got a couple of downloads in there. You might even want to start out with a poll. Create a little poll that says, what do you hope to get from this group from me? As a real estate agent in your market, what is it that you need from me um, to have a better, lifestyle, maybe, better return of investment? What can we do here for you, the person that's being invited into the group? And then I want you to make a list of what activities do you need to do every week or bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, etc. Because if you don't have a strategy and you're just going to wing it, then it's not going to work. So just sit down with a piece of paper and brain dump. Like, okay, we're in the month of April. This is some things that I can talk about for April. May, I can talk about this. So always have at least a 3-month schedule going on. It doesn't have to be fancy or anything. It's just keeping you on top of mind of what you're going to do for that month in that Facebook group that you don't really do for anybody else. I mean, this is for your elites. This is for people that have bought or sold with you, or maybe they've even referred you but have never bought and sold. So these are your top people. And then once you do have this lined out, so let's say for the month of April, April 1st, of course, you're going to talk about, an April Fool's joke. That would always be fun. You can talk about it's, April 15th, you need to file your taxes. Here's some little tips from my CPA that can help you get it together. That would be something that would be good. Also, the spring checklist. Don't forget to get my spring checklist. It's a PDF, it's in the files, or it's here, attach it to your comment. And there's 3 things right there. Then you can talk about what's going to be coming in your newsletter, what's coming up on the market. What listings do you see that are coming to the market? Maybe these are not your listings, maybe they are another agent's, but you can talk about them. And you can say, hey, we have a home coming up that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, corner fireplace, has a pool. If you know anybody that's wanting to move to Wood County, let me know, because this may be the home for them. Putting subtle things out there. Talk about your weekend events. What events are going on in April that your group would be appreciative to? Make it family, make it adult. Like if there's a wine tasting, you want to post about that for the adults. If you're doing a community face painting festival thing downtown, that's a family thing you can do. So talk about the events, talk about what the organizations are doing. One of the organizations that I'm in, we do fundraisers throughout the year. So we just wrapped up our geranium fundraiser. I would promote that. Hey, the Fannie Marchman Garden Club is selling their geraniums, up until March 1st. Make sure you grab them. Here's the link to their Facebook page. Here's the name of a person you can reach out to. Then talk about like in my town, I'm just giving you ideas. In my town, we're a railroad town, so we have a little mini train with a playground. It's all, created around children. Great family event, so don't forget that the mini train is running this weekend from, 11 to 3. It's it's free, or it costs, always make sure you tell them where it is. Well, first, what the event is, where it is, how much it costs, and is it age appropriate? So that way people don't have to guess or start asking a bunch of questions. And then go to these events and have pictures made. Or tell your group of people, hey, if you go to this event, will you take a bunch of pictures and upload them? We'd love to have that in our, for future reference when people are talking about what events to go to. You could do, like if we have a concert, things that go on in the community. I mean, you can talk about the grand scale. Like if you live in Dallas, huge city, yeah, there's some huge events going on there, but it's really the ones that are the smaller events that get the most attention. So don't always feel like you have to go out and promote that, Elton John is coming to American Airlines. No, let's talk about, oh, they're going to have the sailboat race on White Rock, this weekend from 11 to 5. Make sure you come out and let's talk, hook up, let's, grab a Coke or something like that. And then be there. If you can't be there, then don't say, I'll meet you out there. Come look for me or anything. But if you do, you could have some t-shirts made. You could have some tumblers made. You could have something made that has your company logo on it, your whole thing. Hey, come find me at the White Rock sailboat race to get your free t-shirt or to get your free tumbler or something like that. And so now you've caused people, ooh, I want one of those. Oh, I would love to go see that race. Oh, while I'm there, I'll look for John, So these are things that you can be doing that get people excited and want to get out and be into a social life. So, like if there's a zoo, talk about the zoo. If there's an arboretum, if there's a hiking trails, talk about what people can be doing in their area. And then that starts conversation, because somebody may say, oh, and by the way, there's a farmer's market going on Saturday as well. Oh yeah, there's a horseback riding camp at 3 o'clock, So people get to talking about it, and you can ask them, what's going on in the community that I need to know about? What are you doing this weekend? So that's something that you could do. That could be a weekly event that you put out. Like on Wednesday, you could put out, a little quick video of, here's some things you can do this weekend. And then, hey, what are y'all doing this weekend? I'd love to know. Maybe I'll meet up with you. So think of it that way. You're building a relationship with the people that are in this group because you've already met them. They've already worked with you in some way. So make sure that you treat them really good, okay? So in this VIP group, some other things that could go on is you could do like a monthly giveaway, ask a trivia question, and give them a gift. Like I've seen people do barbecue tools, grilling tools. I've seen them do beach baskets, picnic baskets with all the tools for a picnic, things like that. I'm thinking of summer because that's where we're heading into. But going into winter, you can make up little baskets of hot chocolate with coffee mugs and, stuff like that, cookies and everything. And you could go around to your local merchants and ask them to donate or just go in and buy them. But if you go in and ask them to donate, then you can promote them in the VIP group. So you could do interviews with, local merchants and talk to them about what their business is and all of that. So to wrap this up, it's basically creating a VIP group and making it someplace where people want to go when they get on social media. Well, I wonder what's going on in John's Facebook group. So make sure you do that. And make sure that you remind them about the group by sending them a little DM maybe once a month and just mention a couple of things that y'all have done in the group. Hey, if you haven't been in the group lately, check out my free spring checklist. Oh, and Amy had a great suggestion for a weekend event. And we have this going on and this coming up. And when they see it in their DM and you put the link, then they'll click on it and go over there. But this is private, so make sure you only send it to past clients, active clients, and people that have been referred to you and people that have referred to you. So keep that in mind. This is a very selective group and you want to talk about it. You definitely want to talk about it because you want people to go, well, I want in that group. That fear of missing out is real. So when you talk about something in your group, you could give a hint of it on your social media timeline. So you could say something like, "Oh, in our private VIP group, we somebody mentioned that there's a wine tasting on, Saturday night from 8 to 10, and there's going to be a local band, that kind of thing. Hey, don't forget to, check it out." And then people are going to go, "Well, what's VIP group? How do I get in that VIP group?" So then you're creating conversation. And even though that person has never bought or sold with you and they want in that VIP group because they've mentioned it, then you can qualify them to get in. It's all right for them because now you've got them in an environment where they have people around them talking about, hey, I've worked with him, building relationship, you're building trust, you're building authority. So these are all the things that a VIP group can do for you. Now, and I'm going to kind of step backwards because I think I forgot this part, but one thing that you do want to do is when you invite people to the group, you want to maybe send them an email, maybe send them a text, maybe call them, send them a DM, and then if they don't reply, make sure you follow up with them. I would say probably the best way is to send them an email. Write out your little script for your email and then give them the link and then have them answer some questions before they can get into the group. Whatever those questions are is totally up to you. You could just, it could be trivia questions. It could be, hey, when was the last time you bought your house? When was the last time you and I worked together? Something like that. And make sure that they have to put their email address and then you add that to your database if you don't already have them in there. So there's a lot of ways you can work these VIP groups. So love to see you do that because with the markets kind of, quiet in some areas, this is a great time to create that and then create that relationship one-on-one in an atmosphere that they're already in. And you're just getting them to move over to you. So hopefully you'll put this together. If you have any questions about it, you let us know. I have seen this work. I've done it for years for agents, and we've seen great success. But the key is to be consistent. Know what you're going to be putting in there. Don't do it on the wing, flying by down the road. Make sure you sit down and lay out each month, or maybe even the whole quarter, of what you're going to do. What events are you going to promote? Things like that. The other thing that you can do with this VIP group, which I think is very cool, is that we have started working with agents on creating a secondary income. It's not their main income, even though it could be, but that's not the way we're looking at it. And when you are in real estate, you never know when you're going to get your next paycheck. It's strictly commission based on closings. If the closing falls apart, you do not get paid until that closes. So that can be very frustrating. And if you're trying to budget, it's very hard to budget around that. So what we have done is created a second stream of income for agents, and that's through affiliate marketing. And we have a whole program on it and everything. And so if you're interested in that, let me know. But in this VIP group, you can promote your product, any product, any company, anything you want in these VIP groups. So if you are, for example, putting together let's say a grilling basket, and you have all the grilling tools in there, charcoal, the tongs, the spatula, whatever, the brush to clean, whatever that may be. Then you put that in the group, and it's a free gift to somebody that answers your trivia question. But you can also say, hey, if you like these products and you want to, get them for yourself or give them as a gift, here's the links. And you can link all of them, or you could have it going to your website to where they're linked there, or to your Amazon store. And then that way you're starting to earn a little commission off of the products that you're already promoting. So it doesn't cost your clients anything. They just click on the link. You get paid a little commission for them clicking on the link or maybe purchasing it. And then you've started building up a little side income. That side income can really be a powerful thing when you're trying to pay your bills, when you're trying to send a kid to college, buying that first car, that first cell phone for the kid. So these are the ways that we have looked at for our clients to tap into another resource and not be so dependent on a commission check from a sale that literally will throw you out of the world if you have to change the closing date. If it falls through and you're really depending on that income, you can always step back and go, you know what, I've got this other income coming in, so there I'm going to relax. I'm going to move forward with what I'm working on and really build my real estate business, but knowing that the second income can help me out a lot. So that's just a little tip that you can do. If you're interested in the affiliate marketing that we've created for real estate agents, let me know. It's really a great program. And we have put a link down below to give you a guide. If that's something that you're interested in, you can get the guide, see what we're talking about, and we can help you out, talk to you about how you can put that together. But the VIP group, in closing, is going to be something that is powerful. You've just got to make sure that you schedule out what you're going to do with the group and the objective in the long-term goal. So this is long-term, so you might even get to know somebody that can manage the group for you that's already in the group. If you have an assistant, if you have, like we run it for our agents, and, we just have access to the group and we monitor it and make sure everything is running smoothly. We're there to answer any questions in case the agent can't get right to it. So it works out beautifully, but you can find ways to run this group. So highly recommend that you do that. So hopefully this is a great tip that you can walk away with and implement immediately. And we'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you know someone, and I bet you do, who would appreciate this podcast, please share it with them. As a reminder, this podcast can be delivered directly to your favorite device by using the subscribe links you can find in the show notes below or over at unstoppablerealestateagents.com. Remember, it takes as much energy to wish as it does to plan. Have a great day.